Hey guys, it's Stylin' Savannah here. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet on a sock. So this one's really small, actually doesn't fit. So that's why I want to make it bigger. Because it's like for kids, my feet are small, but they're not this small. So like this is what it's gonna look like in the end. It's the other sock. It's kind of cute. Okay. So, oh, and by the way, I did try this on, it fits. So, and I kind of like how it looks. I had a sock before that kind of looked like this before, but it wasn't crochet, but it had like this bell shape, like with lace. Anyway, so I'm gonna start. Their needle, I already put the loop thing on it. And then you're gonna do a loop. And then you're gonna stick it into your sock. It's probably best to use like the skinny kind of needle. See, I have different ones that are bigger, but I don't think the big ones will work that well. Like, we don't want to put giant holes in our socks. So the smallest one is probably the best. And then you're gonna do 2 loops. Pull them through. Okay. And then looks like that, and then you're gonna do another loop and then pull, doing the loop-de-loop and pull like SpongeBob, and then you do the loop again, and then you're gonna stick the needle into sock again, and then do your 2 loops. Pull it through again. Do a loop, pull it through. Okay. Just keep with that pattern, same pattern, and then you see it starts to get bigger like that. Put it through.
Numbers move you, but some can stop you in your tracks, like the tens of thousands of people who were diagnosed with certain HPV-related cancers. For most people,
Okay.
HPV clears on its
And
own.
then maybe I want to
The virus, it can cause certain cancers.
turn this so you can see my hands better, maybe.
Protect against certain diseases caused by HPV, including cervical, vaginal, vulvar, anal, and certain head and neck cancers, such as throat and back of mouth cancers and genital warts. Gardasil 9 doesn't protect everyone and does not treat cancer or HPV infection. Your doctor may recommend screening for certain HPV-related cancers.
Loops.
Women still need routine cervical cancer.
Pull again.
Get Gardasil 9 if you've had an allergic reaction to the vaccine, its ingredients, or are allergic to yeast. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system, are pregnant, or plan to be. The most common side effects include injection site reactions, headache, fever, nausea, dizziness, tiredness, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and sore throat.
Oh, I gotta do the 2 loops, I think, for the, yeah. Then you pull. See how it's starting to look like that? And you just continue the same technique till you get to the end. I don't know how long I want this video to be. It's already 5 minutes. But it will look like this in the end. I did this one off camera just so I could see if I know what I'm doing, so I can show you what it's supposed to look like in the end without doing a super long video. But it's really easy. And you just keep doing the same thing, and then like, so I did like 4 rows of these, and I tried it on as it goes. I wasn't sure how many rows I needed, and I think 4 fit well for me at least, but maybe you want to do 5 if you have like a longer foot, or if you just want the sock to be longer. I just wanted to be kind of ankle length. I didn't want it to be like long, I guess. So I already had enough long socks, and I wanted more like ankle socks for like sneakers. So yeah, I think that's it though. I don't want to make a really long video because I don't know if people want to watch me that long. I don't know. So I just wanted an easy tutorial, but you just keep continuing. Maybe I could at least go around the loop once. Okay. So that at least looks like it's could be done, but for at least someone, it still wasn't long enough for me after 1 row, but it could fit for someone, and at least it'll look like a finished like project. I wanted to thread, so to me this looks like it just uses normal thread like on a sewing machine. So at first I tried to do it that way with my sewing machine, but the thread was so like thin, I didn't know how to make it bigger that way. Like, how was I supposed to make it longer? I don't know how people make socks, but it's like, but crochet, maybe I could crochet it because I know to do that, and I know that it'll be thick enough to make rows around the socks, make it longer so it could fit better, and that's what it did. So yeah, it's a good idea. And I actually have a lot of these socks. I have to do a lot more because it was a whole pack, and they, of course, they were all the same size. So I have to do that with a few more socks for me and my sisters, but they're actually these, I want to show you, they're kind of cute. They're Bratz socks. So this one says Bratz on it. And then there's the jade ones. I folded them together so I wouldn't lose them, but yeah, this is the jade socks. Oh, these are so like the 2015 Bratz, but I don't know, the socks are cute though. I never had the 2015 Bratz dolls. I was kind of, I already grew out of playing with dolls and that during that time, so I didn't get, but I also just, a lot of people didn't like the way they look. They really, like, I look at them now, I'm like, oh, they were weird, like, they were not that pretty or cute, I don't know, but when they first came out, I was like, oh, well, at least we still have Bratz, even though they had to change them, because that was during a lawsuit they had with Mattel, even though it was bullshit, like Mattel was lying. They did not steal that idea for Bratz from Mattel. No, they did not. What they did was, they had a guy that worked for Mattel before he worked with the Brat, before he pitched his idea to Isaac Loran. He was working for Mattel and he tried to pitch the idea to them. They didn't like it. They're like, no, Barbie is working, we're sticking with Barbie. And I don't know, so they didn't like the idea of Bratz. And then so he had a friend told him to pitch it to MGA, so he did. And they were like, I don't know yet, these are a little weird, would kids like this? So he showed it to his daughter, she loved it. You know, that was Jasmine Lorraine, whatever you say their last name. And then so they made the Bratz, and she was 12 at the time. She thought they were cool and they're pretty. And I think his name is, oh, it's Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant was the guy who came up with the idea. He was fired from Mattel because, I don't know, but he also just didn't like Barbie. It was too pink and like repetitive, a lot of the same things. He wanted to make dolls that were a little more edgy and like more stylish, I guess. Not so much pink all the time. Like sometimes pink, but do we need all these girly colors all the time? I don't know. Or like still girly but more like, I don't know, I keep using more fashionable, but I mean, I don't know, Barbie had a different kind of fashion. It was not, it was like he wanted to make more modern looking. Oh, this is how they dress more on MTV, I guess. I don't know his inspiration exactly, but they do remind me more of like the pop stars from MTV at the time, maybe Avril Lavigne a little bit. Okay. Maybe I'll speed up the video. That'll make it go by faster. Then you guys are gonna hear me talk fast when I tell you the story about Loren. And I'm not gonna show you my bare foot putting on the sock because I don't wanna like, I think that's weird. I don't wanna give Dan anything to fetishize over. Ew, I don't know. Like iCarly, I don't know. This is a weird time. Or it's a good time we're going through now. If you know, the Quite Unset documentary came out. I've been waiting to watch the movie since I watched the trailer, or I mean the docu-series. And I've heard about things just because I sit on my phone all the time, so I knew like the rumors that we were calling them at the time. I don't know, I knew the things that were going on, or not just rumors, just the things the other stars would say is going on, like verbal abuse and like that Dan was doing, but also the innuendos, which everyone knew just by watching it, or just like fetishizing all these things. And then I've heard about the Drake story. And then like they never said it was him, but they were like saying things that were like, everyone was like, when I read it I was like, oh, this might be Drake, it kind of sounds like that. And then you read a thing, oh, sources close to Drake Bell's parents say that it is him. So I heard about this story before Salon was talking about, but then I watched that and I was like, oh, so a lot of people were like finding out about these things. You know, that's like the power of social media. It's like, I don't know, social media it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, I guess. I don't know. We needed these things to come to light though, so people knew what was going on so that we could help other people, other survivors. I'm a survivor. Not I was not a child, but you know, not everyone was. And, you know, I watch Alexa Nicholas and I hear her story about her being a survivor of not just SA, but or child SA or whatever, teen SA, but she's also a survivor of Nickelodeon, whatever. Because she would talk about how Dan was just verbally abusive, and like if you were on his bad side, like she ended up being just for, I don't know, she was just telling him about how she was getting bullied by Jamie, I don't know. And since she was the star, you know, Jamie Lynn of Zoe 101, of course Dan was gonna be on her side. And I don't know, Alexa just wanted them to get along. She wasn't even like trying to get anyone against Jamie Lynn. She just wanted them to fix their problems, and they didn't. And even Nicole's mom was trying to help, but I don't know. And they banded Alexa Nicholas from the Kids' Choice Awards, saying she was a problem. I don't know, they had a problem with her, even though they were the problem, obviously. Yeah. So, but it also hearing I'm so into conspiracy theories and just other things. Not everything's a conspiracy theory, but everything's like a theory until proven to be true. So for a while we thought that Brian Peck thing with Drake Bell was just a theory, like wasn't confirmed yet, didn't talk about it publicly. But it's hard to hide things nowadays with social media and just the internet in general. And a lot of people were there in the court, so they could tell other people put it on the internet, and it becomes this thing everyone talks about, almost like a rumor, but rumors could later be proven to be true. And then yeah, but it makes me wonder about all the other things we've heard about and if they're true or not, like things about Dan and Amanda Bynes and Dan and Jamie, and then Dan and Ariana Grande. When I say Jamie, I always mean Jamie Lynn, but you know, Jamie Lynn Spears. Okay. So yeah, just all those things. Maybe they're not all true, but it just makes you think, like, everyone's talking about them and this thing was true. Is this one? I don't know. It's hard to say when. But also, Brian Peck, a lot of people did not like realize. I don't know, I guess because they're manipulated by him and groomed and whatever. They did not, even if you read their letters, you'd be like, oh, this guy is not as professional as you thought he was. He was actually he was getting away with other things that you guys thought was normal, because he convinced you that it was normal. Like, they would say, oh, he's so professional, like, I was in I slept over at his house in the hotel room, like Jason Marsden was saying that. Or is it James Marsden? Jason? It's Jason. Jason Marsden was saying that he's did that as a teenager. It's like, oh, well, this was stepping over the line. This is not what professionals do. And then also, he was always like touching the kids, and they didn't realize it, but what he was doing was like sexual harassment in the workplace, which is illegal. And especially he was doing it to minors, and they were not old enough to give consent. Or actual, okay, we say actual, he was doing actual, because we can't say that word, the other one, on YouTube. Okay. And then, so, he was getting away with battery. That's what they call in the legal system. If someone even touches your hand or whatever, he was doing more stuff like that. Slow dancing with Leonardo DiCaprio, stuff like that. Rubbing people's arms. Ew, it was creepy. He was getting away with battery. And Dan was doing battery to children also. You know, he was hugging the kids, like being creepy, cuddling. Ew, I saw it. Like, if you've seen there's a picture of him and Erin Sanders, the girl who played Quinn on Soy 101. She's like wearing a prom dress, and they're like pretty much like they're both like laying down, and he has like his arm around her, and like I think like his arm is like even like closer to her, like, I don't know, other part of the body. Kind of looks like they're cuddling, and it's just gross. It looks creepy, and like, I don't know. Yeah, that was harassment in the workplace. It's illegal. And so they were both being creepy like that with minors. And Brian Peck would he would have these parties. The Boy Meets World cast talked about it, other people talked about it. He'd have these parties where he was the only adult and everyone else was a teenage boy. And it was weird, like, it was creepy. That was not professional. And then there's this movie, oh my god, it was in 1990, I just watched. Alexa Nicholas was talking about it. There was this guy in Salute the Shorts. He made a video about working on Nickelodeon and with Brian Peck. And it was like before Dan's time. And then before he worked on Nickelodeon in 1990. This was before Boy Meets World even started too. So they did not realize they were working with a creepy guy, which was Brian Peck. He was always creepy. So in 1990 he made a movie. He wrote a movie, wrote and directed it. The Willies. It was like a horror movie with kid boys. Elementary school boys. In the beginning, it says elementary school. It was gross. And there was just, you know, the Willies. It's already inappropriate. It has a double meaning, and it was about kids, and then it was about boys. And he would talk about the kid on Salute the Shorts, it was like Michael Bauer is his name, and so he was also the star of the Willies, and he would just talk about the creepy things. He wanted him to be, he asked him if he wanted to be Naked in the movie. I don't know if we could say it on YouTube, but they said it on Nickelodeon. Remember NBB? You know what word? At the NBB band, you know, which wasn't even Dan, but that one, I love that show. Anyway, I think that one might have been, I mean, it sounds, NBB show sounds creepy and like inappropriate, but also the family made that show with the kids. They felt, from what I know, they felt comfortable on that set. It was just whatever, their sense of humor is funny. That was a family thing. Yeah, but anyway, so that's the end of the loop. One row, looks cute, and that's where I'm gonna stop. But then when you get to this part, what you would want to do, well, you cut this one, but I think you could, I kind of like to leave it so you could tie it together, and then, so you take this and cut it, and then you put it through this loop, and then you could tie these together, but I'm not going to do that right now because I still have more rows to do. And then you'd probably tie them in a few knots so that it's just secure, and then you just cut them with scissors and you're done. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video, and comment, like, and subscribe, and you know, stay styling. Bye.